If we could create soup based on data, we can continue making delicious soup, rather than relying on something as uncertain as craftsmanship. Let's trust the data. I see. I understand. Come back, after all. What?
It's too late to try and bring Keiichi back now. But the new soup and him, we have already been bought for 10 times the price.
My name is Keiichi Sato, a ramen chef. I did it! I finally completed my new soup! It took so long, months of trial and error, remaking it over and over again. But in the end, it's done. Keiichi, you look really happy. I finally created a new soup that I poured my heart and soul into. I'd love for you to try it and share your thoughts. Oh? I'm looking forward to it. I thought that Mr. Nonomura, our new president, would understand my dedication. The next day, I was too busy yesterday to taste the soup, so this is the soup Keiichi developed. Let's see. This is... Mr. Nonomura, you tasted the soup? How was it? How was this soup made? I adjusted the ingredient proportions based on my experience, gradually improving it over time. Also, this soup has another unique feature. That's enough. To be honest, this soup is underwhelming. If we create soup based on data, we can continue making delicious soup, rather than relying on something as uncertain as craftsmanship. Let's trust the data. You always emphasize the importance of data, but did you really take the time to taste my soup properly? Of course! I made this judgment because I tasted it. I see. I understand. I guess Mr. Nonomura will never acknowledge this soup. I put so much effort into creating it, but it can't be helped. Besides, there's no point in staying at a place where I can't fully utilize my skills. I decided to discard the new soup I developed and resign, setting out to find a restaurant where I could truly shine. A few weeks later, the development of a new product using data analysis of our previous soups has been a success. We carefully analyzed and refined the soups that were popular with the customers. This should make them even more popular. But why is the new product getting such bad reviews? Not only that, even the soup that was supposed to be a faithful recreation of the ramen Keiichi made based on data is being criticized for tasting worse. The ingredients and proportions should be exactly the same, so this doesn't make sense. There's no way something based on solid data could receive such negative feedback. How come? Could it be that the soup Keiichi developed was actually designed to work with the universal soup? Universal soup? What's that? Keiichi used to talk about it passionately. He wanted to develop the ultimate soup, one that could blend with any other soup and create the best possible flavor. Is that so? Are you saying that the soup he completed before wasn't meant to stand on its own? If the universal soup really exists, wouldn't it be better to bring back Keiichi's soup? I see. A few days later...
Keiichi, you're amazing! Ever since you joined us, we've been getting so many compliments from customers saying the ramen tastes better.
Really? Nothing makes me happier than knowing the customers are enjoying it.
I'm so glad we brought you on board, Keiichi. You're the savior of our restaurant.
That's too much. Keiichi, I finally found you. Mr. Nonomura and Takada.
You're the president of Doki Doki Ramen, right? What business do you have with Keiichi?
We tried to recreate the soup Keiichi made using data, but the customers weren't happy with it. Our shop needs Keiichi's soup. Please come back. What? I'm already an employee of Tokimeki Ramen, and I've decided to share my skills here with Yui, so I won't be returning. What?
It's too late to try and bring Keiichi back now. Both the new soup and him, we have already been bought for 10 times the price.
No way! But why? Why would you transfer to Tokimeki Ramen? That's our rival shop. I left because I felt I couldn't fully utilize my skills at your place, Mr. Nonomura. When Yui heard that I had quit Doki Doki Ramen, she reached out and offered me an opportunity, so I took the interview.
As someone in the same industry, I've always thought his ramen was truly exceptional. His soup is one of a kind, and the universal soup he developed at Doki Doki Ramen was nothing short of amazing. For you to have to let Keiichi go despite creating such a phenomenal soup, I'd say that was a terrible waste.
Tokimeki Ramen always felt like a restaurant within our reach. I believe that if we could surpass them, we could make Doki Doki Ramen thrive like never before. Wait, that's how you saw us?
Isn't that kind of rude?
That soup Keiichi made. I didn't think much of it at the time, but was it truly the universal soup? Mr. Nonomura, you only tasted the universal soup on its own, so it must have seemed bland. I wanted to explain that it was meant to be combined with other broths to bring out its full potential, but you said explanations weren't necessary. The universal soup can be mixed with tonkotsu, shoyu, and other bases to elevate their flavors to the next level. That kind of soup actually exists? So Keiichi really was developing the universal soup. Yes, and now I've finally perfected it into something I can confidently serve to customers.
I purchased that soup from Keiichi, and Tokimeki Ramen will be using it from now on.
I see. Mr. Nonomura, I think we should... Yes, it seems we can't bring Keiichi back. Nonomura and Takada left the shop, looking frustrated. Is there anything that can rival Keiichi's soup? There must be some hints. Mr. Nonomura, look at this! Is this Keiichi's development note from Doki Doki Ramen? Oh, well done, Takada. If we follow the instructions on this note, we might be able to recreate Keiichi's flavor, right? Yes, let's try replicating the soup. To be honest, I was starting to feel the limits of attracting customers with just my own soup. But if we can use the data from Keiichi's soup, we just need to develop an even better one. I see. Let's create a soup that surpasses Keiichi's. Nonomura and Takada completed their new soup and released it as a new product. However, 2 weeks later, customers are flooding us with complaints about the new product. But we based this soup on Keiichi's recipe and calculated the perfect balance to maximize the umami. Why? This doesn't make any sense. Something is definitely wrong. We have no choice. We have to ask Keiichi himself. So you use my recipe note to make the soup, but it's not selling at all? Yes. We followed your recipe, yet we're getting nothing but complaints. This doesn't add up. You didn't just leave us with a half-baked recipe on purpose, did you? Leaving behind a worthless recipe? This could be grounds for damages, you know. Damages? What are you even talking about? That note only contained unfinished recipes. Even if you followed it exactly, it wouldn't have resulted in a delicious soup. What? Takada, as a ramen chef, you should have realized that simply following the instructions wouldn't create a completed soup. Don't tell me you just relied on the numerical data without considering anything else. The numbers in the data are absolute. I calculated the perfect balance to maximize umami. Why did you leave behind only unfinished recipes in the first place? Because Mr. Nonomura told me my soup wasn't good, I figured there was no chance Doki Doki Ramen would ever use it. There's no way I'd leave behind the secret recipe I spent months perfecting. That might be true, but...
So in the end, you can't even develop a product without analyzing Keiichi's recipe data. As a ramen chef, what does that say about you? Don't you have any pride in creating your own flavor?
Well... I tried developing my own version, but I just couldn't compete with Keiichi's soup. Takara, that mindset needs to change. What? We're going to create a soup that's even better than Keiichi's. Instead of relying on his recipe, we'll refine the soups you've developed so far and calculate the perfect balance to maximize umami. Data-driven development is important, but so is the experience of a chef. No, our approach is data. That's my principle, and I won't change it. I'll prove that we can make ramen even better than Tokimeki Ramen. Rumor has it that a convenience store collaboration with a famous ramen chain is in the works, and we will be the ones to secure that deal. 2 months later, the results were clear. The gap between winners and losers was undeniable.
The ramen made with Keiichi's universal soup is selling incredibly well, as expected from you.
It's great to see so much positive feedback from customers. Our biggest rival, Doki Doki Ramen, has a very similar customer base. How are they doing?
Looking at reviews from major restaurant critics and ramen bloggers, we're receiving a lot of high praise. On the other hand, Doki Doki Ramen seems to be getting mostly harsh criticism.
I see.
By the way, we have a guest visiting today. Hello, my name is Shimizu, and I'm in charge of product development at Convenience Days. Ah, she's arrived. Thank you for coming today. Yes.
Wait, Convenience Days product development?
The deliciousness of Keiichi's universal soup has spread far and wide, and we'd love to collaborate with you to develop a new menu for our convenience stores. We want to faithfully recreate the taste of Tokimeki Ramen and bring it to the people all across the country.
My ramen? Available in convenience stores nationwide? That's an honor.
Would you allow us to use your soup for this project?
Of course. I'd be happy to work with you. Wait! Please, let us speak as well.
And you are?
This is Mr. Nonomura, the president of Doki Doki Ramen, and Mr. Takara, their ramen chef.
Ah, I see.
If you're developing a product for Tokimeki Ramen, why not include our ramen as well? If rival shops release products together, the synergy will create an explosive hit, for sure.
Mr. Nonomura, I can't believe you'd say that. I'm sorry, but we have no plans to include Doki Doki Ramen in our development.
Why not? I know we're rival shops, but...
Yes, I'm aware that Doki Doki Ramen is a competing brand. However, your ramen's quality has significantly declined over the past few months, hasn't it? We've also done our research and found that customer reviews haven't been very favorable.
That's...
We analyzed reviews from major food rating sites, renowned ramen bloggers, and thousands of customer opinions. The data clearly shows that Doki Doki Ramen's flavor doesn't even come close to Tokimeki Ramen. If your restaurant could produce ramen that matched or exceeded Tokimeki Ramen, we might have considered developing both at the same time. But right now, the difference in quality between your two shops is simply too vast.
No way! Mr. Nonomura, maybe we were wrong. What? I believed in your approach. I truly thought the data was everything when it came to making delicious ramen. But now, I'm starting to think that the ramen customers find delicious can't be measured by data itself. Do you really think so?
Of course, analyzing data is important. Numbers provide a foundation, a way to improve and create something even better.
That's true, but isn't deliciousness something that can't always be quantified? You and Takada focused on using data to calculate the best possible umami balance, but using a chef's experience and intuition to serve what they feel is delicious is just as important. Are you saying our approach was wrong? I've decided to start over from scratch. As an apprentice, I'll be leaving Doki Doki Ramen to search for a mentor. Wait! If you leave too, what will happen to my restaurant? You should look for a new chef who aligns with your philosophy, Mr. Nonomura. In the end, Nonomura couldn't abandon his data-driven approach. With chefs leaving one after another, he was forced to close the restaurant. Where did I go wrong? I just wanted to make delicious ramen. Meanwhile, I continued developing new ramen recipes with Yui.
You really are a true craftsman. That dedication of yours is one of the things I admire about you.
It's only possible because I have you supporting me, Yui.
And I'd like to support you, not just in work, but in life too. Would that be okay?
Thank you. That would be so nice. Thanks for watching.
Please subscribe.